Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Monday, September 25th. We have all you need to know about a house fire in State College and funding changes to the University Park Airport.
We also have more on the United Auto Workers strike, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Zack O'Brien.
And I'm Jenna Wissman.
4 people are now displaced after a fire caused severe damage to a College Township home on Thursday. APA Fire Company Chief Jason Troop said multiple calls reported they saw heavy smoke and constant flames coming from the back of the home. After preliminary investigation, it is believed to have started from an outdoor grill and then spread rapidly throughout the house. The couple was fortunately able to escape the intense blaze.
Penn State visitors should get excited because a new hotel and commercial development is coming to College Township. Although the hotel company has not yet been identified, the sketch plan proposes splitting 19 acres off of Shiloh and Trout Roads into 7 commercial lots. One of the lots will be developed into 115 rooms for the hotel. The formal land development plan and subdivision will be submitted later this year. Roadway infrastructure work for the development is expected to begin in June.
Pennsylvania Senators Bob Casey and John Fetterman announced that the University Park Airport will receive almost $5.5 million in funding from the Federal Aviation Administration's Airport Improvement Program. This grant will be used for the next phase of a multi-year taxiway rehabilitation project at the airport. This will allow for larger aircrafts into the airport. The construction is set to begin this spring and finish next fall.
The University Park Undergraduate Association voted to pass a bill funding the Energize with Ezra event. The bill includes hours where students can get a chance to meet with State College Mayor Ezra Naines. The goal of this event is to help undergrads connect with State College's community and local representatives. The meetings will occur this Thursday, September 28th and Wednesday, November 8th, from 9 to 10 a.m. in room 134 of the Hub Robinson Center. There will be snacks and refreshments provided to those who attend. We're already in the last week of September, meaning the cool fall air of October is right around the corner. Michael Wytowitz with Campus Weather Service has more details in tonight's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, State College. Mike Wytowitz here with your Campus Weather Service forecast. Taking a look at your weather headlines for today. Now, after the unsettled weather we saw over the weekend, fortunately, drier conditions are on the way. Another theme of the weekend was those below average temperatures, and those are expected to continue for us as we head throughout the week. But fortunately, we are tracking a warming trend as we head into the weekend, and especially as we head into early next week. Taking a look at our almanac for today, we only reached a high of 63 degrees today. That put us 5 degrees below our average of 68 degrees. That was all thanks due to those overcast skies and those occasional showers that kept us a bit cooler. On the contrary though, our low temperature this morning only dipped down to 57, which is a bit warmer than average. Once again, thanks in part to those overcast skies, preventing some of that radiational cooling from occurring and thus keeping us a bit warmer. Now, as you take a look at your future weather, you're probably wondering, when are we finally going to see an end to all these clouds and rainy conditions? Well, the good news is that we are expecting an end, but we will have to wait just a little bit longer. As we head tonight and into tomorrow morning, we're going to keep those clouds and showers around. And as you wake up tomorrow morning, we're actually looking at some pretty widespread coverage of showers across the region. That's all thanks in part due to the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Ophelia, which moved through over the weekend and is still meandering off the Jersey Shore right now. That's delivering our region an east wind, which is keeping our conditions unsettled for us. Now, as that low pressure begins to slide to the east as we head later into the day on Tuesday, we will see an end to the precipitation, although we will most likely hold on to some cloud cover. It is until Wednesday morning that we finally see some breaks in the clouds and setting up for a much nicer day on Wednesday with some drier weather. Now looking ahead, as we see this low pressure exit the region, we're tracking another one moving in from the west as we head towards midweek. This will deliver some more clouds and potentially some showers as we head Thursday into Friday. The silver lining to all this, though, is that as we head towards the weekend, we're going to see this high pressure begin to settle back over to the region. That will help clear out the clouds, dry things out, and is really going to initiate a warming trend as we head into the weekend, and looking at much more pleasant conditions to start next week. How much more rain are we expected to see, though? Not a whole lot. The rain should remain mostly on the light side, only expecting about 3/10 of an inch here in State College, so nothing too consequential for us by any means. Taking a look at your forecast for tonight, as I mentioned, we'll keep those spotty showers and overcast skies around for us, forecasting a low of 53 degrees with those winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, we'll see some of those showers in the morning, but we'll clear out to just some overcast skies as we head towards the afternoon. Conditions will remain quite cool for us, though, only forecasting a high of 61 with those winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we take a look at your 7-day forecast, as I mentioned, beyond Tuesday into Wednesday, we will dry things out, although we will keep our temperatures a bit below average. Thursday, we're going to see an increase in the cloud cover as we watch that next low pressure system begin to move into the area, although we should remain mostly dry. Friday, we may see a hit or miss shower as that system moves through, but not a washout of a day by any means. And look, as we head towards the weekend, we're looking at some much nicer weather. Temperatures warming up into the 70s once again for us, with those clouds clearing out, especially as we head towards the day on Sunday. Well, that does it for your Campus Weather Service forecast. My name is Mike Witowitz. Have a great evening.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Morgan Bull with your sports update. Thousands of Penn State fans filled Beaver Stadium on Saturday for the 15th annual Whiteout Game, also known as the greatest show in college sports. Penn State dominated Saturday night against Iowa and registered a 31-0 victory in front of the second largest crowd in Beaver Stadium history. Penn State quarterback Drew Allar finished the night with 4 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions. This victory keeps the blue and white undefeated with a record of 4-0. The Nittany Lions will travel next weekend to take on Northwestern. And the victories continue for Penn State sports as women's soccer defeated Nebraska 1-0 last night at Jeffrey Field. Corey Dykes scored the only goal of the game with an assist from Kate Wiesner. The Lady Lions are maintaining their reputation as one of just 4 programs in D1 women's soccer to never trail in a match this season, joining Indiana, Texas Tech, and Dartmouth. This game marked Penn State's 7th home shutout of the season, and they look to continue this as they get ready to take on Michigan on Thursday. Also last night, the Cowboys faced the Cardinals in a tough match, but ultimately lost 28-16. This is the Cowboys' first defeat of the season, but is the Cardinals' first victory. The Cowboys struggled with penalties throughout the game as they committed 10 in the first 2 quarters, for a total 72 yards surrendered. Looking ahead at the Week 4, the Cardinals will face the 49ers and the Cowboys will take on the Patriots. Tune in on Sunday at 4:25 to watch those teams play. Now that's all for your sports update. Coming up next, Emma Goldkoff will bring you the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Emma Goldkoff with your entertainment update. At the Whiteout on Saturday, singer Sexy Red made an appearance on the field and some tailgates. Her new song, Ski Yee, has been a smash hit the past few weeks, in addition to her new single that dropped Saturday. After the Penn State shutout against Iowa, Penn State football posted a locker room celebration video on their Instagram with the caption, "Ski, and we cannot stress this enough, Yee." The singer first received attention when she reworked Vanessa Carlton's song 1,000 Miles in 2018 and earlier this year collaborated on a remix with Nicki Minaj. The Bryce Jordan Center hosted 2 musical stars before Whiteout weekend, and both proved to be a hit. A Boogie with Da Hoodie visited State College on Thursday on his Me vs. Myself, the college tour. Country singer Thomas Rhett also came to Happy Valley on Friday with openers Nate Smith and Cole Swindell. Rhett went on to play his greatest hits and performed 7 different songs from 7 decades, including Jesse's Girl and Hound Dog. Rhett also attempted to do the "We Are" chant, but failed to say "We Are" all 3 times before saying thank you. In other campus news, field reporter Jade Bramwell gives us a look at recent welcoming events held this month. Jade?
Thanks, Emma. A few weeks back, I got the chance to see Penn State's multicultural students on campus gathered at Pollock to showcase why coming together as a community is important to the Penn State culture. Let's take a look.
As the beginning of the first semester continues, students on campus are looking for their place to belong here at Penn State. On Saturday, September 16th, with the help of the NAACP, other colleges within the university, and organizations on campus, first-year and transfer students were able to see a world beyond the blue and white. Multicultural students here at Penn State gathered here at Pollock Quad to showcase why diversity and inclusion is important to this university. The NAACP created its annual block party event to showcase community spirit to come together and, most importantly, show culture here on campus. The NAACP named this year's annual block party theme as NAACP Globetrotters, in honor of the famous majority Black basketball team, the Harlem Globetrotters. Students were able to wear their jerseys with pride, eat delicious food, and feel a community atmosphere. The NAACP members were excited to share why their event was important to the community.
We obviously have the involvement fair every year that's hosted by Penn State, but it's hard to tell just from a poster what an organization is about. And the great thing about Block Party is that we gather a multitude of organizations and resources on campus, and they get to actually speak to you. You get to see them perform for the dancers, and we have the new Lionesses on campus, which is our first majorette team, and the modeling troupe. So it just kind of gives you a firsthand show of what Penn State is really all about, and I think that it really encourages people to get involved.
If you missed this year's block party, don't worry. The NAACP puts on this event every year for students on campus. But if you want to find out more information on what they're doing to create change on our campus, you can find them on Instagram at NAACP_PSU. For Penn State Network News, I'm Jade Bramwell.
We'll continue to keep you updated on all things Penn State campus coverage. Back to you, Emma.
Thanks, Jade. In national news, Usher will be headlining the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show. The singer received a call from new American Horror Story star Kim Kardashian and confirmed the news on social media yesterday. Usher said in a statement to Entertainment Weekly that it's an honor of a lifetime to finally check a Super Bowl performance off my bucket list. Usher also announced the release of his new album, Coming Home, coming out February 11th, 2024, the same day as the Super Bowl. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Neela Azami will be speaking with Juwan Farah and Justin Lusner about their involvement with the social media initiative at Penn State. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Neela Azami. With me tonight, I have with me Juwan Farah and Justin Lusner, executives of Reach, a new social media-centered organization. Thank you both so much for joining us tonight. Can you please introduce yourselves a little bit and tell us more about your role in Reach?
What's going on, guys? It's Juwan Farah here, Vice President of this year's chapter. Really excited to just continue to grow the organization from events that we have with speakers to collabs we do with content on campus, and then just overall bringing good people together.
How's it going? Thanks for having us. So I'm Justin. I'm the founder and president of Penn State Reach. So essentially, Reach is a nationwide student org for people interested in social media, content creation. They want to be an influencer, an editor, creative, a marketer even. And there's campuses all across the nation. So Penn State's one of the first 5. We're actually the biggest in terms of members. It started in USC in 2018. Now we took it to Penn State, and we're already #1 in the first semester.
Awesome. And what is you guys' contribution to Reach exactly? How much has it grown? Is this new? Is this a new club organization?
Yeah, so we started the planning process back in May, Justin and I as together, and then we brought on an exec team. We're compiled of 8 total exec members, and then obviously we're like, how are we gonna blow this thing up at Penn State from the first semester? So have a group meet now of close to, if not over 300 people. And then every general body meeting we were on meeting number 4 or 5 this week. We have an exciting speaker coming. So just being able to grow it that way. And like I said, through those various mediums of doing content, of bringing a speaker, of having those opportunities sent through the group meet really allows for that incentive for students to understand why they should be at this club.
Awesome. So what is the main incentives that you want students at Penn State to gain from Reach exactly?
Yeah, so Reach is all about connecting college creatives. When I came to campus freshman year 2 years ago, there was nothing for social media. Absolutely nothing. And I'm like, what is that? This is a huge campus, one of the biggest and best schools in the country. How do we not have a social media club? So essentially that's what we are, a community for campus creatives. So people are all the time, every day of the week, collaborating, doing man on the street content on Old Main, going to the hub and making content, editing each other's videos, etc. So we want to bring that value of community. In addition, we do a lot of networking stuff with speakers, LinkedIn. We kind of teach people how to network in the industry. We're doing some events. This Friday, we're going to the Spike Ball tournament in Philly, making content with them. And then probably our number one biggest value to students is brand deals. We just bring probably 2 to 3 brand deals per day, where anyone, micro creator, macro creator, whatever size, they can make a couple $100s to a couple $1,000s with just one deal through the connections that we have.
I agree. So I think that content creation at Penn State has grown significantly. And you mentioned brand deals. So what are some brand deals that you guys have? Can you guys discuss a little bit more about those?
I mean, I could show you one. Does that help?
Yeah,
He's
of
gonna
course,
show us.
Gatorade Fast Twitch. This is a big one.
Awesome.
We get sent like 1,000 of these bottles every month.
Yes, I see that all the time. Yeah, you're right.
My apologies.
We got
At every
Fast Twitch,
meeting.
we got Fanatics, Amazon, we
Prime
got
Deal.
Prime Deal, we got New York Fashion Week. We're like, yo, you guys want to come through? So I mean, if you're interested in fashion, if you're interested in Fanatics, come to Penn State Reach.
Yes, awesome. And when you guys are looking at the students who join Reach, is there something that you look for within the students? Like what type of students do you go for when wanting to join Reach?
Absolutely not. Anyone and everyone is welcome. I think that's what makes us special.
Right.
No diss to USC Reach, but I'm about to diss them right now. They do applications. You have to apply and you have to get in. And it's like, it's all this exclusive stuff. That's right, Dylan. There's no reason for that, in my opinion. There's no reason. Everyone should be able to learn social media, especially at a campus where there's no other way to learn it.
Right. Totally agree. And I feel that you already touched on this, but what opportunities do students get out of Reach that they can't really find in other clubs at this school?
I think the biggest thing is the ability to be like in the actual work, day-to-day work, meaning like, let's say you have a club, right, and they have a marketing like chair. Okay, they're the ones posting on social media, but in this club, you're able to actually do that yourself and then work on other people's, right? So let's use man on the street content. You want to be a video editor? Okay, great. So we're going to go on the street, we're going to ask people questions, and then you're going to be able to edit that content right then and there. You don't have to have a position name as like marketing chair or as whatever that chair is to be able to do those things. So there's really no like barrier to entry. So I think that's kind of what we want to say on that end.
Awesome. I agree. I feel like one of the main things I noticed was like the networking is something that I haven't seen like with any other clubs or anything like that. Are there any upcoming projects and exciting events that you guys want to discuss or maybe bring up possibly?
I mean, there might be.
Okay.
So we've been in talks with Josh Richards and his team for months now. They want to come to Penn State, do an event in October. You know, nothing is solid until Josh is on Old Main Lawn and it's all done and said, but all said and done. But I think it's looking good, and we're expecting a couple thousand people for that. And then anyone in Reach that has a certain amount of points is able to come to the after party, exclusive, invite only, whatever, make content with Josh, networking type dinner event thing.
And then really quick, this Thursday, Dr. Miami, social media manager, or actually, excuse me, tomorrow, look, I don't even have it ready. Tomorrow, Dr. Miami, social media manager, coming to speak to us. Zoom, be there, be square.
Awesome. That's great. Well, it seems like Reach has a lot coming in the future. I just want to thank you guys so much for coming in tonight and sharing more about Reach. Definitely enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time.
See you guys Thursday.
Coming up next, Zack and Jenna will bring you the latest news from across the nation. Stay tuned.
Residents who survived the devastating wildfires of Lahaina may not be able to afford to live in the place they once lived. Market prices for new housing are likely to exceed the already high prices seen in Lahaina before the fires. 86% of the destroyed buildings were residential, making it more of a problem for all survivors. Policy changes are being suggested to prevent high housing costs, such as changing zoning laws to focus on multifamily housing. The rebuild process will not be complete until 2025.
Officials in Minneapolis intend to transfer 2 city-owned properties to the Red Lake Band of Chippewa. The Native American reservation plans to build a treatment center for addiction at the site. Mayor Jacob Frey plans to sell the 2 parcels to the Red Lake Band for $1 each. As their community is extremely affected by addiction, this idea came as a way to make amends for fighting between settlers. The proposal will be presented to the City Council this week, with action planned to take place on October 5th.
The United Auto Workers strike is continuing to grow after thousands of factory workers have walked out across the country. The strike is targeted at General Motors, Stellantis, and Ford after the contract with those companies expired at midnight September 14th. The UAW is seeking big raises and better benefits, but those 3 companies say they can't meet those needs. This could quickly cause a significant disruption to auto production in the whole United States, a rise in car prices, and could severely hurt the economy.
A privately owned high-speed passenger service train launched this past Friday between Orlando and Miami, Florida. 8 million people will eventually take the 3.5-hour, 235-mile trip between Miami and Orlando. This is about a half hour less than the average drive. The company is charging single riders $158 round trip for business class and $258 for first class. Families and groups are able to buy 4 round-trip tickets for $398, with 32 trains running daily. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.